Sup guys, today we're doing callbacks, as you already know. I'm kind of tired of re-recording the sound over and over again. Whatever. Today we're covering getting messages, doing something with them, printing errors. I don't really remember, just watch to the end and you're gonna find out. Before we get into the video, I'd like to demonstrate how callbacks work and what they really are. Hey Mr. D++, I'd like to send this message. Could you talk about this with Discord? Yeah, sure. Hey Mr. Discord, I have a request to make. I got this message we'd like to send. Put it in, please. Alright, let me see it. Okay, here's my response. Thanks. I got this callback for you from Mr. Discord. You figure out what to do with it. Thank you. Oh, what? There's an error. Oh, Mr. D++? I got my messages mixed up. I actually wanted to send this one if that's no trouble. Hey, Mr. Discord, you got another request. Another message to be created. Alright, take this callback. Take this callback. Thanks. Was that one valid? What is this content? This is a mistake! So first I'm gonna create some slash commands. And I'm already gonna use bulk because I'm gonna create more commands later. And here's gonna be our first callback function. Out of many objects this callback has, one of them is the error object. If we run into an issue creating the commands, the callback will have its error filled in. So if we want to know what happened, we can just print the message, the error message. This is getting stale!
Didn't I?
Here I'm gonna have a message edit command, and it needs some parameters, so I'm gonna create some. I've not explained this earlier, so I'm gonna need a string parameter in the command, but I cannot use something like an integer parameter because IDs are 64-bit, and the integer is signed, so it can't be big enough. I'm also gonna put this true here. I think I've explained this earlier, so this means that this option is required. The user cannot just leave this empty. They have to put something in it. So another option will be called content, is the new content of the message with this ID. Now to get the snowflake, aka ID of the message, the user types. So the string. We're essentially getting the string actually. To get it, we need to do event.getParameter, but this will not work because it does not return a string. It returns its own type. It returns a variant type. So we need to do std_get std_string. We're gonna do basically the same thing for the content. Also, we can actually replace std_string with auto because it's the same type as we're trying to get. So, to edit a message, we need a message object with its ID the same as the original messages. And we need to make sure that the author, the creator of the message, is us, so the bot. Also, if your message is complex and you're sure that you cannot get rate limited for getting the messages too often, you can just get the message from Discord, just ask for it. And this works for messages complex that have embeds in it or something. So someone lazy would do something like this, use a sync function. You should not. this is bad practice, because if it's called too often, it can soft lock your bot. So the program is going to be running, but the bot will not respond to any actions of a user. So if you don't want to get your bot cooked, just move to the callback version. Finally, some good stuff. So yeah, put your put your IDs here. So message ID, channel ID, where was it sent? So event.command.channel ID. Then you will be able to see that this is impossible. You see, the function itself returns a void, so you'll have to actually use the callback here. So instead of using a returned value, we're going to use a lambda, because we have to. So first we put here message ID and content, which we're going to be using in the callback function. Here's a side note. If you don't need to have a reference to an object in a callback function, you should not. So say I need to edit one of these variables, and then I need to make a reference to them. But see, if your variable was destructed and after that you have accessed it, you're gonna get seg faults, memory leaks, gasoline leaks, address. You're gonna basically write down the message. The message will be stored in callback.value, but it won't work for the same reason it doesn't work for slash commands. So we're gonna have to std get a dpp message. We could do that, or callback.get a dpp message, since it's practically the same. Also, because we're not doing any conversion, we can just use auto instead of dpp message here. So now we can just replace the original message's content. Also, we don't actually need the ID of the message, and we'll need the bot to edit the message. But we cannot just copy the bot, because it doesn't have a copy constructor, so we'll have to use a reference. After we've edited the message locally, we can now call the message edit function, and this will actually edit the message. You might be thinking, Unix, you're dumb, how can you misspell it? Well, I'm lucky I did spell the first I correctly. You know what would happen if I didn't include it in the word. Oh, and by the way, just for funsies, we can actually include a callback here as well, just for the error, like in slash command creation, like here. So now that I have hotspot on my phone enabled, I can finally test the code. What else am I supposed to do if I have no internet? Oh, maybe I cannot actually, I don't know. I mean, take the time. So let's finally test. I'm gonna send /message send, and here's our unsubscribe. I can't spell edition. Then let's edit it by pasting the ID of the message here and type in dislike right here, and it works, I guess. The thing is, my dumbass forgot that the new content is not the content, it's the ID. It's right here. How can you forget that? Let's try that again, shall we? Send the message, it works of course, and then edit the message. And I can finally stop recording. Actually, there's one more thing, but I'm so close. So here's that last thing. I'd like to yap about the recent video that got 1.8k views. It's still growing to this day. Kinda cool. Thank you to everyone who's watched it. I'm really impressed I've done that, and I don't actually know how. What's more impressive is that 76% of you have the balls to lie. Wine boom. Also, I have this kind of cool Portal 2 map, and if you're a Portal 2 fan, you might find yourself kind of stupid in here. If you want to give it a try, I suggest you do. Really, that would mean a lot to me, and I would greatly appreciate it. The kind of trailer is on my channel, not exactly a trailer. Please check it out. I've recently converted my bot support Discord server into a community server, and I guess you could join. Okay, peace.